Picture this for a second. It is like 7:30 a.m. on a Tuesday. You are sitting at your kitchen counter, staring down this incredibly dry piece of toast.
Oh, that is the worst feeling.
Right, and you are just dreading your morning commute. The sky outside is totally gray, and honestly, everything just feels utterly mundane.
Yeah, that classic Tuesday morning dread.
Exactly. But what if, instead of dreading it, you were, I don't know, sipping from your absolute favorite porcelain mug, listening to some French jazz, and just feeling like the cozy protagonist in a beautiful indie film?
I mean, I love that mental image.
Welcome to today's deep dive. We are exploring this huge viral concept of choosing to romanticize your life. And our mission today isn't just to talk about, internet trends.
Right, there is actual substance to it.
Yeah, we want to uncover the psychology behind why this really lighthearted mental game helps you find poetry in the present moment without being super preachy about it.
Because on the surface, I mean, pretending your morning commute is a movie scene might sound a little delusional to some people. But there is real cognitive machinery at work here. The whole foundation of this practice relies on a single, fairly simple behavioral shift, which is transforming a routine into a ritual.
Okay, I have to stop you there for a second because that sounds a little bit like a branding exercise. Like a routine is brushing your teeth or making tea, right?
Sure, yeah.
If I call it a ritual, the tea still tastes exactly the same. So isn't this just putting, I don't know, a toxic positivity Band-Aid on the daily grind?
Well, it isn't really about the tea itself. It is about your nervous system.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so when you execute a routine, say, you are blindly dropping a tea bag into hot water while you furiously scroll through work emails. Your brain is operating in a state of stress productivity.
Right, you are basically on autopilot.
Exactly. Your cortisol levels are elevated.
Yeah.
But when you actively turn that exact same action into a ritual, like actually watching the water change color, sitting by the window without your phone for just 3 whole minutes, you engage the parasympathetic nervous system.
Well, we really, just from paying attention to the tea.
Yes. You are actively telling your amygdala that you are safe enough to pause.
Okay, let's unpack that because it is like the difference between eating a meal standing up over the kitchen sink versus actually sitting down at a set dining table.
Oh, that is a perfect analogy.
Like the calories are exactly the same, but your biological response to the food completely shifts because you have changed the context of the delivery. So is embodying main character energy really just about like turning off life's autopilot switch?
That is the exact mechanism, yeah.
Okay.
You shift from mere survival mode into intentional observation.
But making a ritual out of tea feels kind of incomplete if you are doing it in a messy, stressful room. How does the physical environment actually trigger that parasympathetic response you just mentioned?
Well, that is where building a personal aesthetic comes in. It is about actively curating the visual style and, the sensory atmosphere around you to support that mental shift.
Which is the part that always makes me smile, honestly, because it takes almost zero effort. Like, I was reading this funny example from our source about buying a cheap $5 bouquet of flowers from the grocery store and just plopping it on the kitchen counter.
It changes everything.
It really does. Suddenly, you aren't just in a cramped kitchen. You are in a Parisian cafe. Or, throwing on a lo-fi jazz playlist while you scrub the bathroom.
Or taking an evening walk and pretending you were in a French indie film.
Exactly. But honestly, I have to ask, how does wearing like a fancy silk robe to read a web novel actually change my brain chemistry?
It leverages this really cool psychological phenomenon called enclosed cognition.
Enclothed cognition.
Yeah, the clothes you wear or the specific environment you curate, they actually trigger neural pathways associated with the symbolic meaning of those items.
Oh, wow. So you are using physical props to hack your own mood.
Precisely. When you wear the silk robe or light the good candle, you are bypassing your logical, stressed-out brain and feeding a physical signal directly into your subconscious.
That is wild.
You are signaling to your subconscious mind that your daily comfort is incredibly valuable. Instead of waiting for a 2-week vacation to finally relax, you are training your brain to recognize that luxury and peace are accessible right now.
Right here in the present moment.
Exactly. It is the neurological backing for deciding you deserve to actively experience your life rather than just passively endure it.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? It means you have agency over the boring parts of your day. I mean, the dishes always need washing, and Tuesday mornings are always going to happen.
Unfortunately, yes.
But you do not have to be a passive observer of your boring habits. You are the active main character of your life right now. You control the lighting, the soundtrack, and the focus.
By intentionally upgrading your environment and paying attention to those small things, you literally lower your stress hormones. You physically rewire your brain to appreciate where you currently are.
Which is so empowering. And it leaves us with this final thought for you to mull over today. We know that our brains are constantly building memories based on emotional resonance.
Right, we remember how things felt.
Exactly. So if you spend a year intentionally romanticizing these tiny everyday moments, does your brain actually start to rewrite the historical narrative of your life?
Oh, that is a great question.
Because if you are the director of your own daily life and you choose to curate the Tuesday toast today, who will you remember being 10 years from now?